Hey, life coaches, this is Seal and my colleague Raul. Raul, you want to say hello?
Yeah, hello, Sil, and hello, everybody. Just happy to be here today.
Yeah, me too. I love this 6-week program that we're covering on coaches, and today especially because it's all around being a master coach. And you can take that word mastery and apply it to anything in life, whether you're being a so-called coach or you're wanting to be the best you can be and master the field in which you're, studying, or the position that you're wanting to take in life. So we're going to talk about mastering, being a master coach, and the vital fundamental around that. And I can't stress to you enough how valuable it is to be around a person that is a master coach, because you can, model them, you can really study their attributes and learn a lot faster. And when I say a master coach, I want you to know, and this is probably the most important for me to get across to you today, is a master coach is a great coach. And when I mean a great coach, I'm not talking about just coaches per se. I'm talking about great people. I'm talking about great parents. I'm talking about great leaders, great bosses, great friends. All of those people are combined in the master coach. Would you say, Raul?
Yeah, 100%. And just like you said, that's such a valuable thing. Such a valuable thing. Because really, when you have a master coach, a masterful coach, there's many benefits to that. But one of those is it really gives you like a clear path towards mastery. And that's, to me, that's something really valuable and really important. Because once somebody showed you how to become great or how to achieve mastery in an area, then you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's like, this is the path, just follow that. So that's really valuable by itself. But then the other part is, how do you know that that's really the path to take? Well, proven results. Right? It's not theory. It's not because I think that's the way of doing it. It's not because I think that's the path to follow. It's proven results. So that's very important as well. And then the other thing, probably more important thing is, the knowledge, right? The knowledge of those actions, that knowledge that was developed, discovered through all that time. When you are around someone that is masterful, it gets transferred to you if you're willing, right, to follow the path and obviously implement those successful actions. So just really valuable thing.
I have to say, thank you, Raul. I have to say that, when I was hired to be Alan Walter's executive communicator in 2004, I'd never done anything to that level, right? So I had a lot of things to learn. But the biggest thing, one of the biggest things that I got to observe and learn is everything you just said. I got to watch him as a role model on how he handled people, how he handled very charged situations, and how he handled people in those situations, and how did he act, and what was the correct handle in order to get the best result for the greatest good for the greatest number. And it was like a study every day, because I was around him every day of my life, and I learned so much just from being able to be in a master's presence. I couldn't believe I was actually getting paid to do the job, because I felt like I was getting so much knowledge from it. I should pay him to be able to be, just to be in the presence of a master and really watch what they do. Because if you've got the ability to study and then take what you're learning and apply it, your learning is that much faster. And it's kind of like what you said, the wheel doesn't have to be reinvented. You don't have to go search for another method. When I was in my 20s, oh my goodness, I got married quite young. and didn't know a lot about life, and certainly didn't know how to have a positive relationship. And I used to ask, it was a great question, but I was very frustrated when I was saying it. Did somebody just write a book about this? Just write a book about how to have a positive life? Because I didn't know how to have it. And then when I found this methodology, I'm like, oh, somebody had the wherewithal. You know, the wheel doesn't have to be reinvented. It's laid out. So becoming a master in any subject, whether it be a coach or whatever, is possible. And having the best method that you can find really speeds up the progress, and just is just phenomenal to have a superb method. I mean, talk about the frustrations that it solves. So what do people want? I know we kind of touched on it a little bit. They want a path to mastery, right? I don't care if it's the golfer or if it's the stay-at-home mom that's running a household, or if it's the leader and one of the biggest corporations in the whole entire world. And they want results that they can trust, results that have been proven, so that they don't have to waste their time and energy in the discovery mode. They can take what's been done and apply it. Masters don't look for that. They look for things that's already been proven and tested so they can get the results. And then all that knowledge gets transferred. Therefore, it gives the master coach that certainty. It strengthens their ability to hold a position, and talk about really, really being able to emanate their power and then their intelligence. And then when they start to coach you, if they're in the right mindset, they will see you and you having the same potential. That's very, very positive. And then the other thing that a coach must be masterful in my opinion, and what I've seen in our methodology, is validating that person's strengths. A lot of times a person doesn't even know that their skill or their strength is anything out of the ordinary. I mean, they, you know, if it's never been validated, they just think that, I've seen so many people like this, they just think, well, can't everybody do this? And it can be something very, very simple, like being able to reach out and really connect to people well. That's so freaking simple. But, you know, after all the people I've coached, no, not everybody can do that. There are some that it comes natural, and it is a natural ability. And for those who can't, that's what needs to be looked at, right? Those great coaching skills to find out, why can't they do it? It's a natural ability. So the validation and seeing the strengths of another person and being able to do that is invaluable.
Yeah, I mean, big time. And then as I'm listening to you, Seal, then the other thing that I've seen with really, just like with masterful coaches, it's really connected to wins. Because it is not, I mean, a great coach, a masterful coach truly is coaching that person to be the greatest in whatever game they're doing. It's not about the coach. And something that is very important is they allow, you know, the client or the student to have the win, to really have the win. So it starts with validating the ability, right, of the client or the student, but also, you know, a great coach will actually ask them or help them inspect the win, to fully own it, to fully acknowledge it by themselves as well, really acknowledging the win and have the win and own the win, you know, that, yes, I really did that. And yes, I really did it good. And yes, that's what I planned. And that's the vision that I had. And I did it, right? I mean, a great coach really helped the client to own and have the win. And I would say a great process, I mean, that everybody could do, and I would really recommend that. It's just like really acknowledge your wins. I mean, acknowledge the wins, write them down. I mean, it's such empowering process as well.
Thank you. And, as you were talking, well, actually, when we were preparing this particular segment of the 6-week program regarding coaches, the whole time we were discussing this, my exercise coach, my physical fitness coach came to mind because he was referred to me by a really good friend of mine that had used him for 10 years. And I had 2 coaches previously, but obviously I knew that if my good friend had used him for 10 years and I saw the results that she was getting, I knew he'd be good. So what impressed me the most, oh my God, I have never loved working out so much in my whole entire life until I met this coach. And one superb thing about this master for coach, and I've got the story that I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to tell you all the points right now, but he's very, very present, and you probably wouldn't pick up on how present he is until you work out with him one time, because he's very present. And he does group coaching, but you still feel like you're the only one. But his presence and his ability to focus and concentrate and be with you and know not only what's going on with you physically, but what's going on with you mentally and emotionally. And then being able to pick the right routine for you to push you, but not where you end up hating working out, but push you to the edge to where, oh man, you've had a great workout and you can't wait to come back and do the next one. And you feel very accomplished, but you stay very much on the positive, and he's stretched you. But he's the number one skill that I see is his ability to be present. And I've had a conversation with him about this actually. And I've gone in there before. The other thing that amazed me, I've gone in there before when I've been handling some really not pleasant situations in life, and just walking in, and he already had the routine worked out on, okay, we did this yesterday, so today we're going to do this, had it worked out in his mind. But after talking to me, just changed it just based on what's best for me that day. He has that ability. That's what a master does, has the ability to adapt, know where you're at, still make you win like hell, and you walk out of the gym feeling, very green zone, as we'd say. So that's a master coach. And Alan had the same abilities, he could sit down with you and know he's so positive and just know within 3 seconds, what's the thing that's got your attention tied up that's keeping you from being able to be all you could be? And I asked him one day, I'm like, how do you know this? How do you do this? And he's like, basically, I know the technology. I really know the vital fundamentals of everything, obviously, but that's what a master does. Their answers, they can just spot it. So with that, we hope we have a lot of life coaches and a lot of you, because everybody's a coach, hopefully a positive one. We hope that you feel more inspired to be a masterful coach, because in order to master anything, you've really got to set your mind that you want to master it. You just don't want to be mediocre. So